On the internet, as you can see, Riley had consistently been in the spotlight because of her well-known mother. However, this post left folks wondering whether she is pregnant. Was she attempting to announce something? The internet instantly burst with rumors. People were unable to stop talking on the possible pregnancy following Riley shared this mysterious picture. However, this is the startling part. The image didn't provide any confirmation. There wasn't straightforward declaration of pregnancy, but the Riley's stomach-holding technique made many admirers believe she was concealing something. A few fans attempted to defend, stating that the mirror in the picture warped the picture, causing Riley's stomach appears larger than it but some people believed Riley was expecting a child. Furthermore, it was only a question of time till she verified it. This was not Riley's first time. Personal life provoked a discussion. Riley, who has made her public issues with weight and body image loss previously, had just lost a weight that is obvious. She had even discussed the difficulty she believed to fulfill specific ideals of beauty. Thus, when the picture showed up, it didn't people take a long time to link the dots. Was there a connection between her weight loss and to her fetus? Fans were unable to stop speculating, but the storyline gets more complex. Riley has consistently maintained a low profile while regarding her personal life. She had formerly connected romantically to A. Oliver Blank, a male, yet she was presently unmarried. Her connections, or absence of it, had never truly played a role in the discussion. But now she had everyone discussing her physique, her potential pregnancy, as well as her future. Everyone was anticipating her confirmation. What was actually happening? Fans were unable to quit asking questions and comments. Is Riley really pregnant? And similar questions. Now the question is, why is she hiding it? Most bizarre aspect. As fans attempted to determine if she was expecting, they weren't merely discussing the image. Her connection with Riley Russell Block, his father, was also making headlines. You know, Riley's dad wasn't involved in the situation. Russell Block and Kandi, literally Burruss and his partner, have always been rocky. Riley was really brought up by Kandi, being a single mother, and this tense her father's relationship had been extensively covered on the reality show. Thus, given all of the conjecture surrounding Riley's pregnancy, an additional dramatizing factor was taking place in real time. As Russell Block made remarks in public of his strained, things became even in the relationship with Riley, more intense. He asserted that he felt Riley's jealousy was the cause of separated herself from him because of all of he shared a home with his other children, except from Riley. He even went so far as Toto suggests that external factors could be contributing to their connection issues. Why this story is, the distinction is that these remarks weren't only words. They were shared on social media for public viewing, and she was not having any of it, Riley. In unexpected turn, Riley answered straight to her father's remarks. She harshly retaliated on social media, expressing how painful it was to continuously witnessing her father disparaging her and her mom in public. My mother and I always attempt to be morally upright. Yet in all honesty, it's distressing, Riley remarked. She stated that she had grown up in an home filled with affection and encouragement from her mother, and no jealousy was present on her role. She had been fortunate enough to have an amazing life, and she had no intention of allowing her father's remarks to alter that. As the reaction Riley had to her father's public as criticism began to spread, the drama that surrounded her intensified, fierce. Fans were captivated by not just due to the purported pregnancy, although due to the conflict within the family that was leaking into the general public. You see, Riley has consistently been forthright on the difficulties she encountered in her relationship beside her dad. However, things were no whitting a breaking point. The general public Russell Block's remarks only seemed Toto stoked the flames, and Riley's interpersonal, everyone was talking about the media clapback. It was more than just the rumors of a pregnancy. No longer. The chaotic family was the subject. Relationships that were now being exposed for everyone to view. For many years, Riley had reared by Kandi Burruss, her mother, who offered a secure and caring the environment, even though Russell Block had tried to remain a part of Riley's life. The relationship had always been tense between them. Riley had been raised by Kandi alone. Riley and his mother had made it apparent that she thought there was no need for a connection to her father. Actually, on Real, she had revealed Atlanta housewives who said she was all right without him. However, Russell appeared to desire to play a bigger role now than before. His remarks regarding Riley's jealousy among her siblings who shared a residence with him were perplexing to many. As he continued to speak, the more admirers become aware of how profound there were wounds in this family. As Russell Block kept voicing his complaints, Riley's response to the media was prompt and unambiguous. She wasn't going to allowing her father's remarks to damage her picture. I was fortunate to grow up in a home where my mother gave the most I could have a life, Riley posted on Instagram. Not a trace of jealousy was present, any resentment in what she said. Only a strong viewpoint on the affection and assistance she received always obtained from Kandi. Riley's admirers gathered around her, cheering her on for defending her mother and herself. However, as the conflict between the father and daughter's public performance, the topic of conversation changed to something even more urgent. Riley's purported fans couldn't stop arguing about pregnancy, if Riley was expecting or not. A few continued to argue that the picture she uploaded was merely an optical trick, a distortion brought on by the angle at which the mirror. But some were persuaded Riley was concealing something. Was she? Attempting to maintain the pregnancy under wraps? Or did it happen by chance that her abdomen appeared to have a tiny, more roundedness? The conversation solely grew more intense as Riley's personal life turned into content for social media. However, the twist is here. Riley wasn't proving or disproving anything. She kept quiet, permitting the rumors to swirl when maneuvering through the public consequences of her father's remarks. And here's where things took a different turn, unanticipated turn. The plot was not more than simply Riley and her dad's tense partnership, nor was it only on the possible pregnancy. No, the biggest surprise was when Kandi Burruss, Riley's mother, intervened to provide clarification, a few false beliefs. Kandi, who had maintained her privacy years of mainly secluded life, unexpectedly discovered herself pushed into the public eye in the way she hadn't expected. While fans excavated into the conflict, they became aware of how Riley had been protected by Kandi from the mayhem her father had brought about. Kandi's tenacious defense of her daughter was more obvious than before. Kandi expressed herself on social media. How pleased she was with Riley's ability to grace his predicament. I've always attempted to have a cheerful attitude for Riley, Kandi wrote. However, occasionally, enough is enough. Her statement struck a chord. Had a large following that commended Kandi for having a mother who is supportive and affectionate. Although Riley's pregnancy rumors still persisted, the emphasis had changed. No longer was it solely about the likelihood of an impending baby. It was regarding the degree of kinship between the tenacity of mother and daughter they had demonstrated during years of public examination. Naturally, though, no story would be finished without one last twist. As after Kandi's tweet went viral, Russell Block's silence was short-lived. He swiftly shared a mysterious message of his own, implying that there was further the tale compared to what the general public had been made to think. Riley, though, she was finished. Interesting. She had loudly stated her point, and unambiguous. The drama in the household had escalated to its height, as well as during the pregnancy rumors unaddressed. The public was now fascinated by the more intricate, profound problems in play. As the tension now keeps growing, spectators are left pondering the next step. Will Riley eventually deal with the speculations of a pregnancy? Will her connection with her father change? Better? Or will the gap persist? Develop? Additionally, what part will Kandi play in all of this going forward? The responses. These inquiries remain open in the air, yet there's no denying this. The story is far from over. As the drama revealed, it was evident that the circumstances involved far more than the potential pregnancy of Riley or her complex relationship with her Russell Block father. The strain Riley and her father have arrived at a boiling point and adhered fans their screens, anticipating the subsequent twist in this ever-changing narrative. It was more than a single-family conflict, no longer. It was an emotional web, misconceptions, as well as secrets that had been kept secret for many years. Regarding Riley, there was more to this than a picture or a post on social media. It concerned taking back command of her story. Though the world had observed her development, not only as the daughter of Kandi, but as a young woman attempting to express herself in the midst of a highly visible family drama. Riley had been on Reel for years, Atlanta housewives, frequently in the backdrop, yet consistently visible to the viewers. Now that everyone is watching her, she had to walk the tightrope once more, between her private life and the public's unquenchable interest. However, the twist is here. Riley attempted to remove herself from the chaos that brought into her.